One of the things I love about the Old Testament is that there are so many lesser-known stories. There's the wise woman who negotiated with Joab. There's Abigail's Christ-like example, Jeremiah's confrontation with Zedekiah, and so much more. Today I want to talk about a lesser-known story from 2 Chronicles. And maybe that's why it's lesser known. We often skip Chronicles, but it has some powerful accounts that are not told elsewhere in the Bible. This is the story of Hezekiahs Passover. Roughly 700 years before the birth of Christ, Hezekiah was the king of Judah and wanted to celebrate the Passover with all the tribes of Israel. He wrote to the dispersed Israelites, inviting them to all come to Jerusalem for a special Passover. Remember that at this time, most of the tribes of Israel lived in a separate country, further in the north. Many Israelites scoffed at Hezekiah's invitation and didn't come, but others did gather to Jerusalem for a special Passover. But there was a problem. Some of the people from the other tribes weren't as familiar with the specific Passover protocol as were the people of Judah. Specifically, the chronicler states, many of Ephraim and Manasseh, Issachar and Zebulun had not cleansed themselves. They did eat the Passover otherwise than it was written. In other words, these individuals made some procedural errors in partaking of the Passover. Now, we're reading the Old Testament. What do you think is going to happen when people do the Passover wrong? Maybe they're going to get zapped. Hezekiah could have seen their mistakes and gotten angry and taken some harsh actions, but that's not what happened. Instead, Hezekiah prayed for them, saying, "The good Lord pardon everyone that prepareth his heart to seek God, that we be not cleansed according to the purification of the sanctuary." Even though there were some mistakes, Hezekiah may have reasoned they're trying to do the right thing. Let's just overlook this. God listened to Hezekiah's prayer and pardoned the people. I love the phrase, "The good Lord pardon everyone that prepareth his heart to seek God." Adopting this attitude is a Christ-centered pattern that brings peace. Sometimes it's easy to judge others or criticize those who do things differently than we do. What might it look like in our lives if we had the attitude of, "The good Lord pardon everyone"? I know of a community that had that attitude. A woman named Karen joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints at the age of 22 and was promptly called to serve in the primary. Karen didn't know anything about teaching the gospel to children, but she loved kids. So she invited her primary students to come to her house and play some games to build camaraderie. When Karen was growing up, her favorite game to play with her family was poker. She was shocked to learn that none of her primary students knew how to play, so she taught them. Imagine the surprise of some of the mothers when they found out what their children had been doing at their primary activity. This could have been a situation in which Karen felt judged and inferior and harbored negative feelings towards the church. However, the mothers were sensitive to Karen's situation and loved her more for her efforts. There was no need to judge, only to love. How would you feel? How would I feel if we all had the same Christ-like spirit? The good Lord pardon everyone that prepareth his heart to seek God.